Everybody ready? Okay.
Hey, Coach, could you just talk about your offensive line performance against USC, especially the pass protection?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was one of the Jordan Rose played the best game he's played since he's been here. It was Jordan. If you had to give out a guy that played the best on the team, it would be Jordan Rose. Probably one and Steve Nylock too. Those two really did a good job. I thought overall the offensive line did a good job. There was a few times that quarterbacks got hit, but they held them. It was one of their better games, and if they can pass pro those guys, that should give them great confidence moving forward for the rest of the year. So I was very happy with the way the offensive line pass protected.
And Sandin got involved in the offense, it looked like, against USC. And then Dion, the first two games, it seems like he's been getting involved. Could you just talk about those guys?
Yeah, I think, right now I think they both have 12 catches on the year. Dion did some really good things. Jacob had, his best game to date. Unfortunately, kind of got nicked up, so I'm not sure, he's going to be day-to-day right now, how healthy he's going to be. But Jacob made some really good catches, did a good job of finding the right spots in the zones and beat man a couple of times. Went on a couple of slants from the number 2 position, and I was happy with both of them. Thought they did a good job.
And then just giving up 1 sack in that game, no turnovers. I think you just had 2 penalties.
Yeah.
Those things you kind of talked about.
Those are things that we can build on. If when you don't turn the ball over and you don't get penalties, then that's a step forward of not beating yourself. And I think most games moving forward in the future, if we can do that, not turn the ball over and have very few penalties, then we give ourselves a great chance to win.
Is there something about the way Jacob plays that he just always seems to be the one nicked up out of the receivers?
I just think he's I think he plays fearless. I think that might be one of the things. He plays very tough, and he's just had some bad luck, to be honest with you, because it's been just, first it was one groin and now it's the other groin, so it's just kind of tough luck.
With Matt healthy again, do you see Jake playing again with Matt healthy?
He could. I think the most important thing there was we got him great experience in about as tough of an atmosphere as you can be in against a very good team, and I thought he did some things well. He missed a couple things on some third downs, but I thought he played really well. I think he'll be very confident now. Anytime we need to play him, I'd like to play him again this weekend. And that'll just be how the game's going and how things are going. But that we'll just see by the course of the game how that goes.
Looks like Dion was out of receiver. Do you see that continuing?
Yeah, I think he's got to play both. I think he's got to play both right now. I think he'll play both tight end and receiver. I think that's something that we need to do.
Will Desmond be back this week?
I'm sorry?
Will Desmond?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I thought you said Devin. Yeah, Desmond will be back this week.
Why suspend him for that game and not the opener?
Because that was the game that hurt him the most, to be honest with you. Growing up in California, that's the game he dreamed about playing in. He wanted to be in that Coliseum. So that was the game that was the hardest on him.
You said you made that decision early August. Was that before the incident on?
No, it was after.
Oh, okay.
It was right after the incident.
What are you kind of putting an emphasis on in practice this week on the offensive side or defensive side?
Defensive side, it's assignment football. You play the wishbone. You got to make sure you have your assignments down. You got to make sure everybody who knows they got the dive, they got the quarterback who's got the pitch. So it's big time assignment football. And you got to do a good job of tackling one-on-one. So offensive side of the ball, I think we need to continue to do a good job of pass protecting, but we need to improve, our run blocking. We need to improve running the football. Not that it's been really bad. We just kind of been in situations of the game that we probably haven't ran the ball as much as we'd like to. But I'd really like to see this game where we run the ball and throw the ball about, closer to 50-50 and improve our rushing offense this week.
Have you found a starter at strong safety? Still shuffling Armand Jordan?
Still shuffling them around, yeah. Nobody's stepped up and taken the position yet, but there was times where they both did some good things. This will be a good week where they can go out there and practice really hard and see who has the best week of practice and possibility they'll both play.
Does Isaiah have a chance to be reinstated at any point?
Not right now, no.
Do you feel like with going to Desmond, it's becoming a pattern with this guy? Is that a concern at all?
It's definitely a concern. What happened after this situation, they were both given strict requirements that they had to live by day. Mm-hmm. And so far Desmond's done that. Isaiah did. If Desmond doesn't do that, then he'll no longer be with the team. So it's a day-by-day situation.
Mm-hmm. Have you had to maybe had just a different kind of talk with Desmond since like third, fourth?
Yeah,
Field
I've been
thing?
talking with him a lot. You know, I meet with him daily now. He's doing a lot of things that we're trying to help him. I think part of being a head coach in this world is to try to, as much as it is coaching on the field, is try to help kids become better people so they'll be successful in life. And that's what I'm trying to do with everything I got. And day to day, if he does what he's told to do and holds up his requirements, then he'll continue to be on the team. And if he doesn't, then he won't be.
What are those requirements?
I mean, I cannot say. That's under law. I don't want to get sued,
Sure.
so I can't tell you that.
Well, the numbers don't really match. Were all the items returned from that incident?
Yes, they were.
Oh, okay. On the personnel stuff, will Kareem go back to quarterback at all? Is
Right
he
now, he's
full-time?
gonna play receiver. Yeah, right now he'll be a receiver. He'll go back to quarterback in the spring,
Okay.
but for the duration of this season, he'll be a receiver.
Was that just to have him a chance to get on the field more?
Yes, he's too good of an athlete just to be standing on the sideline. So he's got great hands. I think he'll just continue to get better and better at it, and I think he can help us. You know, and so it's a way to get him on the field and have him help us win.
Is he going to be on the field more, especially with Unger out? Or?
I think he will be. You know, it was really tough luck for Dave, and then with Jacob, you know, being nicked up, and then be honest with you, at the beginning of the week of last week, Ruben was nicked up. You know, and Ruben came back and was able to play, but there was early in the week last week, I wasn't sure if Ruben was going to be able to play either, so we had to get another guy out there.
Seems like Kalen Hightower also, got some reps in and.
Kalen's done some good things. The one thing Kalen can really do is when he gets the ball in his hands, he does a good job of running with it. He's a good runner. You know, it would have been nice to see him go all the way on that one screen, but he does a nice job of running. He really runs with courage, and he's powerful. You know, he's a powerful runner, so I think Kalen continued just to improve each day.
Going to Wofford, have you coached against a rushing attack like that before?
Yeah, I have. It's been a little while, but you know, those people that run the ball like that, you just gotta. They're gonna run it, and we gotta do a good job of. That's really what I grew up doing myself. To be honest with you, my dad was an option football coach, so I've been around the option probably as much as anything I've been around. You just gotta do a great job of assignment football, you know, and if you don't do your assignment, then you give yourself a chance to give up a big play.
Whose responsibilities kind of change the most? Is it the guys in the secondary when you play?
It's everybody, to be honest with you. The D-line's got to make sure they know, you know, exactly what gap they have. Everybody's got to know by the look who has the dive, who has the quarterback, who has the pitch. So it really makes all 11 guys play assignment football.
How do you prepare against a team that rushes the ball so much? Do you kind of,
That's why we, you know, if you noticed in spring ball and in fall camp, we work some wishbone because it's such a different offense. So if you just try to prepare in 3 days, you're not going to have enough time to prepare. And that's why we did work it both in spring football and in the fall camp.
When you, with a team that runs so much and doesn't pass the ball a lot, does that kind of give you an advantage of maybe moving a guy up in the box or?
Yeah, well, you got to move guys up. They just got to make sure where they're at and who they're responsible for, you know, and it's the biggest thing that you got to make sure you do is get them off the field so that we get the ball on offense. That's probably the biggest worry, that they just hold on to the ball. And that's their best defense, is running the ball.
It's going to look a lot different on film this week, watching USC versus watching Wofford.
Right.
Does this feel like a good opportunity to get a home win this week?
We need to. You know, they're a good football team. They're going to come in here and play tough and play hard, but it's time. We need to get a win this weekend, no question.
Do you feel like after 2 games, is your defense maybe where you want it to be with the new look, 3-4?
I think we just got to continue to improve. I think we just move forward and do a great job this week and continue to improve.
Does Wofford usually have 2 quarterbacks out there?
They've been playing with 2 quarterbacks, yes. You know, they both do a good job there. They're 2 leading rushers right now. You know, they kind of actually have played 3. So they started the Clemson game with 1, and then right now it's kind of down to, you know, Butler, number 16, and Jack's number 3. Butler's a bigger, more physical kid. He's their leading rusher right now with 110 yards. And then Jack's kind of seems like he's a little bit more experienced. He's got a little more experience, maybe understands everything that they're doing a little bit more. They're both good players. They both understand the system, and we just got to be ready to play against them both.
Is that tougher to prepare for two quarterbacks?
No, because they do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of, if they did totally different things, then it would be, but they're gonna run the exact same stuff.
With Deion playing a little wide receiver as well, does it open up a spot for Kalen Smith to get on the field at all?
It could, it could, yeah, and I think he's improved each day, so this will be a big week for him. This will be a big week for him to show even more improvement, hopefully get him on the field.
Has the running attack been have you been able to establish that the way you liked so far?
Not really. No, we need to improve on that. We do, and part of that is coming out of the gate and playing better early on, so that we can be in the game and run the ball more. But that's something that I think we've shown improvement, every day in practice, and we've continued to do better there. Now we need to get out on the game. I do think Duckworth had a couple nice runs in the USC game. I think Penny's ran hard. We just gotta keep improving on it.
Would you say the primary thing was, like you said, just the score, and just you have to kind of get back in the game? Has been the primary.
That's probably been the biggest thing, yeah. Because I do believe that's one of our strengths, is those two kids, and I think we just gotta come out, play better early, be in the game, and then just continue to improve on the running game.
Let's check in on the phone. Stave, you there?
I am here. Coach, you just addressed it, but I was going to ask you about the running game. How would you kind of assess it through two games? And you said, talk about improvements. What are maybe some things that you really noticed where you guys can improve to kind of get that on track?
It's probably it's nothing glaring. It's just a little guy here or there doing a little bit better job of blocking. And to be honest with you, we've played two really good defenses. Ohio held Marshall to 10 points. Marshall was one of the, I think, number 1, 2, or 3 in the country in offense last year. Scored 31 points in their opener against Purdue, and then they held them to 10 points. So I think both defenses we play the run very well. So I think we'll improve. There's no question. And part of it, I got to call more runs. That's part of it. But because of how the game has been played, it's been a little bit of a situation where I've thrown the ball more. So I don't know if it's as much. I think both running backs have done a good job at times. They can run a little bit harder. We got to get a little bit more push up front. But as much as anything, we gotta make sure the game is in a better situation so we can run the ball more.
And you did mention the O-line being a bright spot. I know certainly when people look at the score, they think you probably can't take too much. What else maybe did you take from the USC game that was a positive?
I thought the third quarter was a big positive. I think the offense had 2 long drives. We had the ball for 12 minutes and 19 seconds in the third quarter. We controlled the ball very well in the third quarter. We converted third downs. We drove the ball really well on them 2 drives. And that's something that was a very good job by us. I thought in 2 games this year, we're number 1 in the conference in penalties. We've done a good job of not hurting ourselves with penalties. I was very happy with in the USC game we didn't turn the ball over. The first half we had 1 really good drive, and to be honest with you, there was 4 other drives where on third down we just needed to convert. We actually had plays that were there that we could have converted, and just that's why it takes all 11 guys to do their job. Just one little thing happened where in the third quarter all 11 guys did do their job. So I think that's something we can definitely build on offensively, that we did a lot of good things in that game, and really in the 2 games so far, I think our offense is very close to becoming where we can go get after it and definitely be a very, very good offense.
Thanks, Coach.
Anything else?
You expect to have Leonard back this week?
No. Fortunately, no. Good?
Good?
Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
everybody.